Welcome to Toffee TV. It is my three things. Nottingham Forest 0, Everton 1. A huge win for the Blues tonight at the City Ground. And I'm sure we all feel a hell of a lot better about that one than we did 6 days ago when we walked out of Goodison Park after losing at home to Manchester United. Obviously, the 10 points deduction is on every Blues mind. I've said in the other video, Andy Burnham has published his response from the Premier League today, which only really puts more holes in the whole thing. It only makes it look even more of a strange decision. Everton are going to continue to fight that, of course they are. And what the players and the manager have to do is continue to win games of football, which is exactly what they've done tonight. A tough place to go, the City Ground, it really is. And Everton have gone there and have got a huge 3 points. And we have to build on this now, moving forward. It's obviously, we were bottom at kick-off time because Burnley had a tremendous 5-0 win over Sheffield United. But Luton had lost to Brentford, which was a positive. And Everton had the chance to get off the bottom, and it's exactly what they did. They've won the game. They're now ahead of Burnley. They're ahead of Sheffield United, and they're just 2 points behind Luton from safety. And that's what we have to work on. We have to work on that. The lawyers, the football club, will be working on trying to at least get some of those points back if they can't get all of them. And we have to just make sure that we win games of football so that if we do get some points back, it's a boost rather than, being an absolute necessity. If we win enough games, it won't matter anyway. It's Everton's 5th victory of the season. They should be nowhere near this. They should be looking up. And that's what we have to do. We have to look at it like that. And I'm sure we will. Great result tonight, and we have to build on it. First thing I want to talk about is the away form, which is becoming the bedrock for Sean Dyche. I think for him and his coaching staff, they've got to make that Goodison Park. That has got to become a place where we feel confident, a place where we can get most of our points. Because it is very difficult going away and winning games of football. And Everton have won 4 away games already. Victories at Brentford, West Ham, Crystal Palace, and now Nottingham Forest. Big wins as well in all of those games. And we have to make sure that Goodison becomes the place. But what we do well away, the players seem to know exactly what they're doing. There's obviously less emphasis on us having the ball. I think that's, quite clear. We're a team that likes to counter-attack. So therefore, if we're in control of the ball, it's more difficult to pull a team out. And let's be honest, let's be quite frank. We haven't got good enough players to be a team that dictates the play, to be a team that is always on the ball. We have to be a team that is on the counter-attack, springing it. And we do it quite well away from Goodison Park. The issue for the manager is, or the issue for the team is, we don't seem to know how to play at home. But when you watch us away, everyone seems to know the job. There's space. Okay, Decore, I thought, didn't have a very good game tonight. It was one of those nights for him. When he's off it, he's off it. But he is key to what we do. He got on the ball enough. It's just he was loose with his passing. I just didn't think he affected the game enough tonight. But at home, he has more of those type of games that he's just had tonight. Whereas away, he seems to understand exactly what he's doing. And because there's less emphasis on us having the football, he gets into those pockets and is a real threat. But we have got that, I wouldn't say boxed off because we've still lost away games, but we do look very comfortable going on our travels. We look very comfortable in everything that we do, the game plan. So I guess what the managing team have got to try to do is come up with a similar blueprint at home that we're able to benefit from. And if we do that, like I said, we'll be nowhere near any kind of trouble this season, with or without the 10 points. So that's what we have to do. But away from home, we've been brilliant. 4 away wins is excellent from us, and we have to keep going and keep building on it. When you see the way they dug in, you look at them and go, you know what, you could win quite a few more away games against teams certainly in the pockets of the league around us. I think we could go and frustrate them, but we'll see. But another good away victory tonight for Everton. Second thing I want to talk about is Betto. He's come in, and who knows, he might well be needed for Newcastle at home on Thursday. He might have to start that one. And I just feel for the lad. I feel as though he just needs a tapping. He needs something on the line virtually and just knock it over the line to build his confidence. He done some good stuff tonight. Some other stuff he needed to be better with. He's fired one over in the first half, which I think he should have hit the target with. I think he'd tell you he probably should have hit the target with it when the keeper dropped it under pressure from McNeil. And the one in the second half, he's had a wild slash at it and hit it miles over. Just a little bit more composure there might have caused them a bit of a problem. He is a willing runner. He's big, he wins headers. We've just got to find a way to get him involved more and a way that we can create opportunities for him. Because that way, he becomes even more of a threat to us. Obviously, we don't know with Dom what it is. I know there was a stiffness in his, I think it might have been his calf. And we see with Amadou Onana that can drag on a little bit. So I don't know, it might have just, well, the manager said it was precautionary that they were taking the time with him. I've not heard Sean Dyche's press conference after the game, so I'm quite sure he'll be asked about it and we'll have more of an idea on that. But we have to make sure that Dom is protected. We are a better team when he's in it. But Betto is a good deputy for him, and we have to try to get him into areas where he can put the ball in the back of the net. He's got into double figures for Udinese the last 2 seasons because they create certain type of chances for him. We have to do the same for him, and if we do that, I'm sure he can put the ball in the back of the net regularly for us, and then that gives us even more of a threat, doesn't it? And it was good to see Chimiti coming on. I think he got 13 or 14 minutes at the end with the injury time as well, and it was good to see him coming on and chasing, and a couple of times he looked like he'd just got in and the ball got stuck under his foot, or they got a foot in and cleared it. So it's good that he's building up. Obviously scored another couple of goals for the Portugal under-20s last week when he was away, so his confidence is good. And we have to do that, and we have to boost our squad, and by doing that, hopefully we will get Betto a few more opportunities, and once he gets one, you'd like to think he will get quite a few and really, really help us in some of these games, being the difference, because that's exactly what we need, isn't it? And finally, I want to speak about James Garner, who I thought put in a great display tonight. That's what I want to see more from Garner, what he did tonight. What he done tonight was, I think sometimes James Garner can go, not missing, because I think he always puts a shift in, but sometimes he just can't get in the game enough. Where I thought tonight, he was brave, he put tackles in, he got blocks in. When he had the ball, he tried to play. And I think more of that being a leader. I think he showed he was a bit of a leader tonight. And I think that's what we need more of. Obviously, him and Onana are the partnership that was ticking along. Idrissa Gana Gueye was on the bench. And I think those two are both young lads, but both have to come of age almost. But I think when they're in there with Idrissa Gana Gueye, he obviously gives them that little bit of experience. I thought he had a good game as well tonight, but I think James Garner was just everywhere. And I think if he can produce those kind of performances, and when he's alongside Amadou Onana as well, I think we'll get even more from him. He's a player who I feel like he's got a goal in him. He's already scored this season, obviously, against Bournemouth, but I feel like he has got a goal in him. But I feel like he's someone who we need him to demand the ball more and get on it. And that's what he did tonight. He started taking the ball in tight spaces, and if he can dictate the play a little bit and get us going that way, listen, I'm not predicting he's the next bleeding Andre Pirlo, but he's a player who is confident on the ball, and he will always show for it, which I like about him. But I think what he did tonight was he married it all together, and like I said, made one huge block near the end, just following the run, and the ball was cut back, and he's got himself in the way of it. And if he can develop that into that leader, that's brilliant for us. Because like I say, in there with Onana, they are young. They are a growing midfield partnership. But he is full of energy, James Garner. And it is a case of him, hopefully the confidence for him to take the game by the scruff of the neck and say, I'm good enough to do that. I'm good enough to get us going. I'm good enough to get us ticking along. And we want him to do that, don't we? Because I think sometimes Everton's midfield doesn't do that enough. It's a very workman-like midfield, and that's fine. But I do believe you've got to have someone who can put the foot on it and maybe switch the play a little bit and get the link-up going. And I thought he did that really well tonight. So hopefully we'll see more of that from him, because I did think he led by example tonight. in that midfield alongside the Garner Gay. So excellent from James Garner. Excuse me. Hopefully there's more to come from him. And I sort of have a 3.1. Big well done to the fans again. Fans magnificent tonight at the City Ground. Loud, noisy, doing the demonstrations, and I've got to witness an Everton victory. So brilliant. Safe journey home to all of them who sang their heart out. Right, that's it from me. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, leave a comment underneath, and watch all the rest of the aftermatch reaction, and have a fantastic weekend. See you later.